Hey boo, welcome to my channel. My name is Sheila. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. In today's video, I'm going to do another pregnancy update. And it's going to be week 19 through week 22. I have everything written down, so I keep looking down. But so this is another pregnancy update. As you probably already know, if you have been looking at my videos and know who I am currently pregnant. And I've been doing these little updates because I do want to kind of document this process. This is my first pregnancy, so I'm excited and kind of want to remember this process. So I'm kind of updating as we go along. So like I said, this is week 19 through 22, and I'm going to get started with that. But before I do, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and like, comment, any parenting / pregnancy / labor / nursery setup / anything that got to do with a baby is much appreciated. Any comment, advice on that is much appreciated. Tips, much appreciated. This is my first child, so you can go ahead and put all that in the comments. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So week 19, that was when we did our gender reveal appointment. So that's when we went to see what we were having. We did let the doctor know that we don't want to know what the baby is. So what we did was we looked at, the baby's development, what the baby looks like, because prior to this point, the only thing I've seen, or the only visual that we've had of our baby was when the baby looked like this, like a little peanut. So I cried, not because I could see what the baby, like the sex of the baby. I cried because it was the first time that I was like, oh my gosh, like my baby is developed. Like my baby looks like a baby, like, like fingers, toes, and nose, eyes, things like that. Because the last time we saw the baby, it was just a little peanut, wasn't really much. And after that first appointment where they confirmed my pregnancy, the next few I think was just heartbeat. So we just listened to the baby's heartbeat. I didn't physically see the baby. So that was so special. And like, y'all, my baby is very active, I could tell you that. Moves around a lot. Would not stop moving during the whole appointment, and turn their back to us. I'm trying not to say the sex because I'm about to say it coming up in the little update here. So yeah, so that was, we went to go see the babies. We went to the appointment to find out what the baby was. So what we did was, like I said, the text showed us pretty much, this is the baby, this is how the baby's face is looking right now, this is the nose, this is that. So we did all that, and then when it was time for the actual in between the legs to see what it was, she had us close our eyes, and then she looked, and I knew it had to be very easy because literally it was not even a second after she moved it to where you could see the baby's private part. She was like, whoa, okay, I know what you are. So we were laughing because it was like so easy, and I'll tell y'all why it was so easy. But so that was what we did on week 19. Pretty much I think that was the most eventful thing that happened that week. As far as symptoms, there wasn't really anything that I wrote down, so it means it probably was just like another natural week of being pregnant. I don't think it was anything crazy or any symptoms, but that was literally the highlight of that whole week. Seeing my baby for the first time, as far as like on an ultrasound, that like did it for me. I was on cloud 9 for like weeks after that. Like nothing brought me down. So then week 20, the following week, is when we're getting ready for the gender reveal. Now I did my appointment 2 weeks before the gender reveal because I've heard people say stuff like, sometimes the baby's not acting right, so you got to come back and stuff like that. So I wanted to give time if I did have to go back the following week or a few days later. But as soon as we got in there, the baby acted right, and so we were able to know what we were having. So that's why I was 2 weeks before. So that following week week 20 was the following week. We were having the gender reveal that weekend, just so we could have some time in case we had to go back. So that's why I kind of did it that way. So we were getting ready for the gender reveal. For some reason that week, I was very exhausted. I don't know quite why. I think it's because I was getting anxious about finding out what we were having, and then my mother-in-law was coming in town. My friends were coming in town. I felt like I had to clean the house. There was just a lot of stuff going on. And so I think I just was so anxious, and then which made me exhausted because I was running around here like a chicken with my head cut off. Oh, and I waited until that week to try to figure out what I was going to wear for the gender reveal. So yeah, I was doing too much. But after that, it was week 21. That was every Saturday I turn a new week in my pregnancy. So ironically, the first day of week 21 was the Saturday of the gender reveal. And so we had all the people all these people at the house. Like I said, my mother-in-law came. She surprised us with my brother-in-law coming with her too. They came from St. Louis, and then one of my husband's friends from back in the day from school came too with them came from St. Louis too. So we had all these people spending the night, and then my best friend came up. Some of my friends from my old job came up. Not my job in Montgomery, but my old job here in Atlanta. So it was like a lot of things going on. So I woke up that morning, and for the first time ever in my whole pregnancy, I had like lower back pain. And I don't want to say pain like it was so painful. It was more like discomfort. Like I felt pressure, and it was like discomfort. And I just was like, come on, like the day I find out what you are, you're gonna make it like hard for me. So that happened. I was having that pressure when I woke up. I was so happy my mother-in-law was here because she did the little massage technique on my back, and y'all, it was like instant relief. And then I realized when I stood up that day for a long period of time, for more than like, I want to say 15 minutes or so, I would get that pain, that discomfort again in my lower back. So it kept coming and going. And we went to Walmart, did last minute runs, had that again. So yeah, that was my first time experiencing it. I do get it now every once in a while, but it's not bad. It's really just a discomfort. So yeah, so we had our gender reveal at the house. We had it here because I was kind of like, I just wanted something low, like chill, laid back. And then a lot of people don't know where we live since we moved to Atlanta. And I figured this would be the best time for them to kind of come here and figure out where we live, because when we have the baby, I'm not going to be on the phone try to give you directions. Like, I feel like there's going to be so much other stuff going on, diaper changes, pumping, breasts, in baby's mouth kind of stuff, that I'm not going to be, get off this exit. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like a housewarming too, for people to finally come to our house and see where we live. Well, our townhouse, apartment, whatever you want to call it. And so that's why I did it. And I wanted it to be laid back. Like, I wasn't stressed. Like, I was like, I started getting stressed when it was time for people to get here, and people were like, I'm getting off the interstate, and I'm looking around like, we don't have nothing finished. Like, there's still things that need to be done. But other than that, it was real laid back. Like, we had a few sandwiches, chicken wings, cupcakes, other stuff I can't remember. Oh, there was alcohol, which I couldn't drink, so it was fun watching everybody else drink. But yeah, so we did our gender reveal, and that was also the first day that my husband, when we were in the bed sleep, getting ready to get up, because we were talking about how exciting we are for today and for the day, about finding out what we're having. He had his hand on my stomach, and he felt the baby's move for the first time. So like, for him, that was his first time feeling the baby's movement. It was my first time like feeling it in that capacity, because I could always feel little movements. I just could never feel like, oh, that's a kick. Like it felt like butterflies pretty much. So that was like the first day that we kind of were like, oh my gosh, like the baby's kicking me. So that whole day was just special. So then we ended up doing the gender reveal. We went outside because I didn't want all that stuff in the house, because nobody got time to clean all that up. So when we did our gender reveal, we found out that we are having a boy. So we're having a boy. I pretty much figured it was a boy. And it's a long story, but if you know what happened last year with my husband and his father, I just figured this was going to be a boy. And then I've always said I wanted a boy first because I wanted a big brother for, you know, the little sister. It was just like a lot of things just made me feel, oh, and I eat like a crazy person. My appetite and how much I eat in a day is ridiculous. So I kind of was like, I have to be having a boy because I'm eating like a grown man. Like, I'm eating a lot and often. So we are having a boy, so we're really, really excited. Like I said, we kind of both were like, we think it's a boy the whole time. So it wasn't a shock. It was just more like a confirmation of what we pretty much already knew. So found out we're having a little boy, which at first I was like excited and happy because I figured that's what we're having. And then I kind of got scared because I was like, clearly I'm not a boy. So I was like, I don't know what to do with boys. Like, you know, keep them alive. That's pretty much what I need to do is keep them alive. But then after I really started thinking about it, I was like, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just, you know, instead of Barbie dolls, we do cars and dinosaurs and stuff like that. I think I just got nervous because it's the opposite sex of what I am. You know what I mean? So, but I'm excited. I'm gonna be a boy mom. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, sports and stuff like that. I'm so excited. But so that's what we found out. And then what else? I didn't have any pregnancy headaches those 3 weeks. I realized I didn't have headaches. And it's crazy because I've had them pretty much every single day. To not have them, I didn't even notice that I was not having them until one day I sat back and I was getting a headache from, I think I was eating ice cream or something. I was getting a brain freeze. And then I was like, oh, I haven't had a headache in a long time. So that's a plus. Because those headaches in the first trimester and the beginning of the second, they not no jokes, okay? Like, those headaches are something else. So, let's see. I think that's pretty much it for that week. That was an eventful week. And then the next day after that, we tried to go to Six Flags. And we ended up not being able to go into the actual park because of all this other stuff that happened. But I'm glad because, y'all, it was so hot that I felt like I was going to pass out. So I don't know why we all thought a pregnant, 5-month pregnant woman was going to be okay in the Georgia heat at Six Flags walking around. Like, I don't know why none of us, I think we're just so excited to do a family thing. It was my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, my husband, me, and then his friend who was our groomsman, like his friend from back in the day, who was our groomsman. We all went, and like no one was like, Sheila, I don't think this would be a good idea for you. But we all like, okay, let's go. Like, no one thought, like, I didn't even think. I've never been to Six Flags, so I didn't really know what it was all like. I didn't know the park was that big. But like, I really didn't think about it until we got there, and I got out and I was like, oh, we gotta walk everywhere. Okay, and it's hot. Okay, but a part of me, you know, we didn't get to go in for real. So a part of me was like, thank God, because I wasn't going to make it. But that weekend was like, it was a really, really fun weekend for me. Like, it was fun. That was week 21. So now the last week that I'm going to go over with you guys is week 22. This is when I made 6 months. And the timing is really weird because some apps say 23 is 6 months, and then some apps say 22 is 6 months. So yeah, so I'm gonna go with 22 because one, I'm ready to meet my son and I'm ready for this process to be over, and because that's on my app that I follow every day, that I really look at every day, it says 22 weeks. So that following weekend, the 22nd, it was 22 weeks, so I officially made 6 months. I had the back discomfort, the lower back discomfort, and then I had some hip discomfort. Like I said, the weekend before for the gender reveal, I woke up with that discomfort, so I kind of got used to feeling it. But during the 22 week, it was such a discomfort that I literally was at work like bending over like this, doing this, like standing up every few minutes. Like, I felt like I needed to lay flat on the floor just to, you know, try to see if that would relieve some pain. But it was really weird. It lasted a couple hours because I remember, I think, coming back from lunch and I finally was like, oh, it's over. But it was a real discomfort, but everyone was telling me it's because those the baby's getting bigger, so things are starting to move and spread and all that. Like I said, it was my hip and my back discomfort. At this point, I was feeling the baby more and more. So the movements were more noticeable, I guess I'll say. And then I was sleeping with a pillow behind my back. So I would put the pillow, like I would have the pillows for my head, and then I would have the pillow for my lower back. And when I tell y'all, sleeping like that with that pillow, even when I turn from side to side, it just gave me some type of relief. I mean, it's kind of like the pressure that I feel all the time when I'm standing and stuff. When I had that pillow, it kind of takes some of the pressure off. So I really enjoy that. And I slept longer. When I did that, I slept for a longer period of time. I didn't keep waking up because I felt discomfort or anything like that. So that's one tip that I had for that week. And then I don't quite know when this happened, but I know it's between week 19 and week 22, I think, where I noticed that I got that line, that pregnant line going straight down my belly. Like, I always see women with it, but like, it's so weird how you don't have it one moment and then the next day or two, you just realize, oh, there's a line right there on my stomach. That's what happened. Like, I literally feel like I didn't have it. And then one day I woke up, I was taking a shower, came out the shower, was putting lotion and stuff on and my oil on my stomach for the stretch marks. And then I realized, oh, I have a line going down my stomach. So that also happened somewhere in that 4 weeks. And I think that's pretty much it. Like, I think that's all that happened for week 19 and 22. It just seemed as the most eventful 4 weeks just because we had the gender reveal. And so I feel like that was like, you know, that took up a lot of energy, a lot of things, and it kind of ran over to different weeks and different things. But yeah, so we're having a boy. My husband's super excited. He would have been excited if it was a girl. He's like, he would not have cared, but because of what happened with him losing his dad last year, I think it just means a lot. You know what I mean? It's a special moment. It's a special bond for him. And we got emotional, and the video's up on we did a Facebook Live because some of my family and friends couldn't come. So we did it there so everybody could find out at the same time with us. But we both got emotional. I knew I was gonna cry regardless. They could have been like the baby's blue or purple and I would have cried. I think it's just like knowing, you know, and just, I don't know. It was just a very emotional day. But anyways, so that is my update for week 19 through 22. And I am in my nursery. So it's not, we call it a nursery, we call it the baby room because, the baby's, this side, I'm on one side. So this side is clearly the baby's crib and stuff. And then that side, there's like a full king size bed over there. So it's kind of like the baby / guest room / this is where my mom's going to stay when she comes and helps us out for the first couple weeks of this baby's life. So that's why sometimes I say nursery, sometimes I say baby room, but I don't consider it a full nursery because this room has more than just one purpose. You know, but so that's why. And I feel like every time I record a video, it's probably gonna look different because I'm slowly starting to like get the stuff I need for the baby, starting to put stuff together. So it'll probably change a lot. But that's the update for this video, week 19 through 22. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And like I said earlier, please, tips, advice, parenting, anything, labor, anything. Like, I just need all the advice, all the help, all the, you know, tips that previous mothers, people that have been mothers before would know. And I would appreciate it. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. More Instagram because I post a lot more on Instagram than Snapchat. But I'll have all that information down below, and I'll have all the other videos that I've done thus far for my pregnancy down below too. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope y'all have a great day.